It is with great pleasure that I am inaugurating the national level conference of economic changes of English. I must congratulate the Chambers of Commerce and Industry in Southern region on having thought of inviting eminent economists and elder statesmen to share their thoughts on the strategy that needs to be adopted to overcome the present economic crisis and to put our economy firmly on the rails and achieve rapid progress during coming decade. Let us not get too much disheartened or disconcerted by the impasse that has overtaken us in the immediate present. We should not overlook the brighter side of picture, and we should think that the darkest hour is before the dawn. Politically and economically, we have exhibition our resilience in a remarkable measure, and there is no reason for any dependency. The electorate which is played its sagacity in the previous elections is sure on the threshold of the coming decade to make it possible for us have a stable and strong government, and we can repeat again the success of our anti-inflationary drive which enabled us to achieve the exceptional feat of completely down inflation even when most of the countries in the world continued to suffer from it. The future poses big challenge to our initiative and to our skill, but it is for us to convert its grim challenges into great opportunities and registered further advances in achieving our objectives of accelerating economic growth rate as also curbing the growth rate of population and of redistributing wealth and economic power on a more equitable basis. I am confident that the conference will help to create confidence and a sense of purpose and to strengthen our will to achieve a more efficient management of our economy in the next decade. Although the 70s, the gravity of problems of poverty has undoubtedly been realized, and anti-poverty programs have been put through with varying degrees of success. However, their effect has largely been peripheral and marginal. They can hardly be said to have made the required degree of impact. The strength of those on or below the poverty line is in the neighborhood of 300 millions. It is essential that anti-poverty programs are made to our plans and vigorously implemented. Unemployment and underemployment are expanding commensurately with the rise in population, and it is desirable that a massive program of small and tiny industries is launched to provide large-scale employment in rural areas, while more intensive agricultural is likely to generate considerable additional employment. It is in the non-agricultural sector that we can expect increased employment commensurate with demand. We aim at establishing an egalitarian society and at removing glaring disparities in incomes. Adopting various methods, including fiscal, we should plan and execute a massive program of equitable redistribution of incomes to forestall grave threats to national stability, from the possibility of inevitable recourse to mass level agitation on the part of justifiable impatient poor. While our agricultural base is quite strong, and the green revolution, which has confined to wheat production in late 60s and early 70s, was successfully extended to cover rice also in late 70s. Strategies have been formulated and are under implementation to raise productivity in agriculture in rain-fed areas and to achieve a better balance with increases in production of pulses and oil seeds. The potential for increasing food production is immense. What we should simultaneously ensure is that people will have full and gainful employment and adequate purchasing power. The trade union movement needs to be healthy and responsible, and there should be no inflated demands outrunning the paying capacity of the enterprise and at glaring variance with the general economic situation prevailing now. The need of the hour is a sound wage and income policy, and I hope such a policy will be hampered out in the 80s. One cannot lay too much stress on the need for greater discipline in every sector national affairs. Every citizen has to do his whatever be his station and sphere of economic activity. One cannot expect self-restraint and discipline in one sector while they are not allowed in another. Dear sir, we are now in a position to make much more definite arrangement for the conference next March. 60 people will be attending, 14 of whom will require sleeping accommodation in the hotel. To be specific, we need 4 double rooms with twin beds and 6 single rooms. The cost of these rooms and breakfasts should, of course, be changed to the general conference account. Other charges such as telephone calls, room service, bar expenses, etc. should be paid by themselves. Your conference manager has made a number of useful suggestions regarding the catering arrangements, and we have agreed on a suitable menu. I am attaching a copy of the final conference program, which is based on the draft schedule which you and I discussed last month. The only minor change which has been made is the time of the coffee break on the second day, which I have put back 20 minutes as the first speaker on that day anticipates that his session will take longer than the 50 minutes we allowed. We hope this will not cause any problems for you. We are planning to use some of our staff to provide backup services for the conference. We shall have secretaries available and staff to hand out programs, badges, etc. But we need to discuss with you exactly how much help from the hotel is included in the estimate, as the notes you supplied do not make this quite clear. I suggest that we meet fairly soon to clarify this point. I plan to come to the hotel next Wednesday to see you if this is convenient. I shall be arriving about 10. Perhaps you could telephone me if it is not possible for you to see me. Yours faithfully.